Okay. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, MsMoe. And so today, this is the third or the fourth video in my video series, Welcome Back to School, Grad School Edition, in which I talk about the behind the scenes of being a graduate student. As you all saw in the previous videos, I am in graduate school. Graduate school experience thus far has been one of pain, suffering, and slight hope. So pain, suffering, and slight hope. And so these videos are more so, I'm trying to make it more light, but the things that I'm talking about when you're in the moment of it is kind of scary. And so this particular video, I'm going to be talking about finding your lane. I've already tried to shoot this video once, so hopefully this second round goes well. And so when I'm talking about finding your lane, I'm talking about three things in particular. The first thing I'm talking about when I say find your lane when you're in graduate school is to find a school that works for you. As I spoke about in previous videos, I went to I enrolled into two programs because I was at two different schools. I was at Howard University, in which I was studying sociology, and I was at the school that I'm at right now, in which I'm studying public administration. And so when I was at Howard, more so first thing, find a school that works for you. Howard, I thought would work because it's like, okay, this is an HBCU. This is an esteemed HBCU. And I'm going to be around people that look like me. That was the thing. I wanted to be around people that look like me. I want to be in an academic setting that I didn't know what to expect, because I've never really been in an academic setting where the scholars were mostly melanated people. The only time I've been in like an academic setting when there was a lot of melanated people was in high school, and that was horrible. It was just a bad school. And so I wanted to go to Howard for that appeal. Like, I just wanted to be around people that look like me. And I thought that was where I belonged. And I soon realized that this is not where I belong. Not that anything was wrong with the people, but I just didn't feel right there. I just didn't feel right. Felt a little bit more comfortable, but it just wasn't the right fit for me. And so I left Howard and I went to this PWI school. That wasn't a right fit for me either, because it's, again, just a lot of non-melanated people. Howard, when thinking about the school itself, what didn't work for me was the cost of it. Howard was too damn expensive. It was $16,000 for 1 year, and that wasn't the school for me. I part of me was like, I should have known, but I wanted to just be around people that look like me. So I was like, okay, I would eat this cost. But Howard was not the school for me, and that cost and that administration, the administration was ass. It was ass on a stick. Like, it was just no bueno. So that's when I knew that school was not the right school for me, because of the cost of it. It was too expensive, and I didn't have the money to afford it necessarily. And then on top of that, the administration, it didn't cater to me the way I wanted to be catered to. And the way that I'm saying about being catered to is just like the way that Chick-fil-A treats its customers. That's what I want out of my school administration. I just want that little extra care. I just want them to know that, I just want them to let me know that they are there for me. And with Howard, it felt more so like, yeah, you're here, now go fend for yourself. Just go fend for yourself. And so I was like, this is not the school for me. I need a little bit more attention. Maybe it's the Leo in me, but I just need a little bit more attention. And so I left Howard and I went to this PWI. Now, one thing that worked for me with this school is that the cost. It was hella affordable. Much more affordable than Howard. And I know that Howard is a private school and this is a public school, so I understand that. But again, when I'm talking about finding your lane, I'm talking about school, program, and your research topic. And when you're looking at schools, look at the cost of it. Is this a cost that you want to eat up in the future? With Howard, $16K a year, I couldn't even afford the school. In all honesty, I could not afford it. But this new school, this other school, it's a public school, so it's much cheaper. And then on top of that, the administration. The administration gave me what I was looking for. Like when my things were missing, or like when something was missing, the school would call me. They would send me an email. They would call me, and this is another thing they would do. They'll leave a message. They'll leave a message explaining to me like, hey, so, we see that you haven't completed this, please give us a call back, or please log into to fill that out, I'm like, oh, wow, thank you. I didn't know I forgot about that. I appreciate the call and the voice message, because now I know exactly what I need to do. I don't necessarily need to call them back, but if I have any extra questions, I'll give them a call. Howard was not like that. It was a struggle. It was a struggle at Howard, to be honest. Just the administration. That's why Howard sucked so much. It was the administration. And at this school, the administration provided me with the type of care that I needed. And again, I just needed a little bit more attention. And the school that I'm at now provides me with that. So I say that to you all to provide two different examples. Find a school that works for you, and what your needs are, and what your needs are, time wise, academic wise. Like, find a school that works for you. The second thing is to find a program. Find a program that you have a lot of interest in. When I was at Howard, I was studying sociology. That was somewhat off track for me because I got my master's in public administration, got my undergrad in international studies. So sociology was like, I didn't know what I was talking about. I mean, I didn't know what I was, like, everything was like, it was so fresh. And because I didn't have that foundation within sociology, like, I would probably take like a course or something like that. And to be honest, my political science classes, it somewhat touched on topics within sociology, as well as in my public administration classes did. So it's like I had a tiny nibble at it, but I wasn't like in it the way my cohort, that's the term, the way that they were in it. And so, like, it was like I had to start from scratch. And so that made me realize that find a program that works for you. You can do, once you get your degree, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do with that degree. And whatever you want to research or whatever you want to study. But find a program that works for you. I realized that although I like sociology, I really like sociology. It's cool. It's a subject that I feel like Maybe one day I would like to study it some more. But I'm like, because of the lack of money and the lack of time, I need to find something that really works for me at this moment in time, and that was public administration. I studied public administration. Like, I saw public administration kind of in action before I really knew what it was when I was getting my undergrad. So I was a little bit more familiar with it, a lot more familiar with it. And so when I switched schools, I switched my program focus, which was public administration. Find a program that it don't have to be the easiest thing for you, but if you don't want to start from scratch, start from the bottom, find a program that you have a lot of interest in. And I have a lot of interest in public administration, so that worked for me. But I also got other interests too, so that's why it was kind of like a struggle. Like, what should I do? What should I do? And then I just came to the realization that just do public administration. Just do public administration because you already know about it. You already liked it enough to get a degree in it, so just keep going. And then the third and final thing is to find a research topic that works for you. My research topic, since I was at Howard, and that was one thing that I was attracted to Howard because they also had like a criminal justice, a criminology focus within sociology. I knew I wanted to focus on criminology, or the criminal justice system, or something along the line of criminal justice. I knew I wanted to focus on that because at the time when I was working, I was starting to get my feet wet and doing like some criminal justice work, and I was like, this stuff is outrageous. What is going on in this world today, and right, not even under our nose, in front of our faces, man. There's stuff that is going on, and so I was like, I'm going to study criminology or criminal justice, and that lane worked for me so much so that when I switched schools, I still wanted to focus on that. I'm like, this is the thing that I want to focus on. And I say that it's important to find your lane, find that topic that interests you, because that's going to be the thing that's going to be motivating you while you're getting your degree. Like, when you're any little small research paper that you have in your courses, use that as an opportunity to build up your research when you're actually working on your big research project, your dissertation. And when you're doing like small pieces of like mini research things to build up your research paper, it's gonna keep you motivated. Like, oh, I'm looking at the probationary system in the U.S. Like, why am I doing it? I'm looking at it because I want it to feed into my dissertation when I get to that point. And again, like doing these small projects and understanding that the end goal, that you are doing these small projects to get to your end goal of doing your bigger project and getting that degree, it will motivate you to keep going because you have a goal. Sometimes in these classes, you can be reading stuff that you're not really interested in. You can be working on projects or things that you don't really have a strong interest in. And so how are you going to stay motivated if you don't have any interest in it? That's why it's important to curate your academic experience to highlight your interests. If you know that once you get that degree, you're going to be doing something focused on healthcare, then play around with that topic of healthcare. What do you want to see in healthcare? What is not really being talked about in healthcare? Like, use your class projects as opportunities. And a lot of you all probably already know this, but if you don't, use your class projects as opportunities to do the foundation work, to do the literature review, to do the big load for when you're going to start working on your big dissertation project. Because again, it keeps you focused It keeps you going one step at a time towards that end goal. It provides you with the resources that you need so that when it is time for you to do your dissertation, you're not like, okay, I got to start from scratch. When in reality, you've been piece by piece, piece by piece, you're working on getting that information so you can use it for your dissertation project. So yeah, when you find your lane, like the graduate school experience, it can it becomes it doesn't become easier, it becomes more tolerable. Um, so yeah, but that's like a it's kind of like a behind the scenes look, but it's also like just something that you should just really consider when you're looking at schools. What do you need? Again, I talk about in our other video that's you sometimes you have to be selfish. And at this point, when you're looking for graduate schools, or if you're even if you're in a program, you gotta ask yourself, what do you need? Be selfish. What do you want to see? What do you want to experience? How do you want your academic journey to look like? If you enjoy talking about hair and natural hair, bruh, in every class and as a project, talk about natural hair. Like, make it yours. Like, you don't, it doesn't have to be such a stuffy thing. Like, research and learning can be fun, but you gotta, because the teacher is not necessarily going to do it for you. They're just going to give you the foundation, but you can build it up the way you want to build it up. And so, yeah, but that's about it. That's what I want to talk about. I think this is the last video in this series because I can't really think of anything else of the behind the scenes of everything when you are in graduate school. Yeah, if I do think of something, I'll definitely come back. But I can't really think of anything right now. But thank you all for watching. I will see you all